What up? So this is a more in-depth look at my new and improved harness system, or, you know, I guess you could call this a harness system, right? Frame setup, strap setup, whatever you want to call it, for an Alice pack. I tried the Alice pack without the frame and it was miserable, and then I tried it with the regular straps in the regular hip straps, and that was miserable. I'm just too scrawny. I ain't got no meat on my bone. And then I decided, I was like, well, I've got a Kelty pack frame. And so, pardon me if you've already seen the bug out video with the pack. I've kind of gone into that a little bit. I'm going to go into that, but then I want to show you what I made this stuff. And so, first thing I did was I got a Kelty pack frame, and I narrowed it down to be able to fit the width of the Alice pack. As you can see in here, I cut it in half and put in another internal bar, riveted it all together, and it's the same all the way through. And it worked awesome, but I was using the original Kelty frame pack straps, kidney straps, and the shoulder straps, and that was miserable. And so I was like, all right, you know, something's got to give, or I'm just going to get rid of this pack, and I'm going to get something else. Went to the thrift store again, and I saw, I guess you can consider it a hunting backpack. And it had this setup on it, and the pack is about the same size as a Alice pack. And so I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, oh, dude, I can adapt that to my frame. And so I took it home. And you can see right here, the backpack hooked to this section right here, going down. And so what I did is I kept the seam, and there's some foam, and there's a plastic back piece to give it the backing a little bit more help. And you can see the breathable, whatever, the foam right here. Let's see. I'm gonna take these off real quick. You can see how up in here, how it connects. I've got a little pin with a little hook, there we go. And I just kind of, these straps right here, connected the pack originally. I think it was to, I can't remember what that was for, but anyway, strapped it right there. And so it's a floating shoulder strap. Does that make sense? It's a floating strap because, okay, down in here on the back side, this strap going all the way down on the back side, there's a big buckle, and so you can pull it and you can adjust the height of this part of the pack to match the shoulder gap that you need. Okay, so we're just warming up now. And then you get down in here, let's see, I'm trying to find it. So this strap right here, can you see me? That strap originally connected to, to the pack. On the other pack, it had a buckle right here, and so you just cinch it down, and it would kind of close that gap up a little bit. But I ended up just making a strap that went all the way to the other side, and now it's got buckles on both sides, and that's how it holds the tension in the center of the pack. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. It had this big old beefy, I don't know if you call that a kidney pad or a back support pad, whatever. Which is awesome, because I'm skinny as all get out. And so what I ended up having to do, because I wanted to keep this section firm, okay? When I crank down the belt, I don't want that thing moving around. I don't want the pack moving around on me. I want it just to be as sturdy as possible. I went in here and I used the original back support section from the original Kelty frame and put that on. And I was able to feed that through all of this and tie it in the back. And so it's all snug. It's got pins right here. Underneath all this, it's got a pin in there so it can't ride up. It can't move anywhere. It's sturdy. It's tight. And then on the back section of the kidney belt, it's velcroed to the back, this section. So this ain't going nowhere. And I just put these in here because I don't want this belt moving up. Okay? That thing ain't going nowhere. And then it's got straps. These straps, if you happen to tighten these, sometimes the back section will come out and help support. But mainly, all of my stability comes from the kidney belt now. I can crank this kidney belt down and have virtually no pressure on my shoulders because what I did on professional, trying to get out of the sun, on professional backpacking packs, I think I said that right, there's usually straps. This strap will go all the way around the pack or meet up right here, or at least they'll have a tensioning strap for your kidney belt, okay? And I wanted this to not be able to go up or down when I tighten it. And so I sewed in another little strap system to the bottom with just some regular, I don't even know what you call those. And I strapped it around the back. That's kind of temporary because I'm playing around with it. And that keeps, look at this. It's just incredible. It's just so sturdy right there. There's no movement, okay? And if I'm walking up a mountain, a hill, whatever, I can adjust these. But that's all so sturdy. So let's get up here. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, if you have an Alice pack, go do this. Buy a setup like this. Incorporate a setup like this. Whatever you got to do. All right. I thought, you know, all those bunch of pansies, they need a bunch of straps. Yeah. And I rode it like that for so long. And I was miserable. Dude. Now when I go out, we just went and did a little bit of a hike. I go out on hikes now and I enjoy it. I can put more weight in the pack and it's just better. So, okay. So my main goal, another goal, so if I didn't put in these lifter straps, I think that's what they're called. This front section is just bouncing around all the time. And with a regular Alice pack, your straps, that's where your shoulder strap goes into. And I wanted the pack a little bit higher than my shoulders as much as I could. Because I want to be able to tension these down and get all that slack out of the shoulder strap. Even though it's at the correct adjustment right here, when you put the pack on and you tighten these straps, look what happens to the strap. Watch the strap. Oh, hold on. See, oh my goodness. Sorry, I lost you. The strap gets pulled up and the front of the pack, all of the weight gets distributed forward. You can't beat it, dude. You can't beat it. Look at this. This whole set deal, all of this, the bag, the frame, and not including like the extra pack and my sleeping bag and all that stuff, but the pack, the Alice pack, the pack frame, and this support system cost me like $30. Okay? And a lot of people are gonna be like, what the heck, dude? All right, the Alice pack was like 15 bucks. I got the pack frame, the Kelty pack frame for free. The metal I had, the rivets I had, and then this pack that they caught, yeah, it's 30 bucks, dude. They charged me 15 bucks for this pack. Dude, you can't beat it, bro. I'll show you what it looks like right now. You see me? You probably see me, huh? Look at this joker. Dude, it's legit. It's so legit. Loosen those. Virtually no weight on my back. There's a little bit of a gap between my shoulders and the back. Oh, the pack. Grab these boogers. Golden, dude. It's not going anywhere. So one thing that I learned though, hiking in the winter, with a lot of ice. You're walking down a mountain, and if you're not careful, you're an idiot. When you fall, and both legs, both feet end up in the air, and there's nothing to catch you, the first thing to hit is the sleeping bag. It's awesome. Ask me how I did that. I learned that. Getting up was a little bit of a challenge, but falling was pretty easy. But other than that, dude, and it's not pulling me back. All of that weight is right here. And see how these straps, if I tighten them just a little bit, it'll give a little bit more stability from keeping the belt from moving. So if you got an Alice pack, Kelty frame, or any pack frame, narrow it down. You got to pay attention to the length, because some of the lengths on the external pack frames, some are super long, and so just check that out. And if you don't pay that much money, don't be afraid to just get after it, you know? Like, I put in pretty good amount of holes in the frame, but it don't do nothing. It's fine. And just look at it. I paid attention to a lot of backpacking information, building this and kind of concocting it and putting it, you know, building it up, because there's a lot to learn from those guys as far as comfort, setting your pack up, how you want the weight adjusted. And so Kelty frame, and then keep your eyes open. If you might even have a pack, you know, and you can buy kidney belts. You can buy this whole setup. I think it's a Molly 2 kit. Don't quote me on that, but it's a kit that you can connect to an external frame for a pack like that. Pricey, okay? That's why I went this way. It took probably a month to really put this all together the way I wanted to. That's the caveat of it, but I learned so much from it, and I learned how to use my pack a lot more efficiently for weight distribution and just overall support. You know, my goodness, you know, some people like me, we don't have very much meat on our bones, and so having that comfort, even though the shoulder straps, they don't really have any foam in them at all, it doesn't matter, because all of that weight is dispersed between my hip belt and the front of my chest now. And you'll hear a lot of backpackers say, like, oh, you don't want your chest strap too tight. I'm skinny. That's the way I like it. I've separated both of my shoulders, and so as much weight as I can get off of my shoulders and distribute it somewhere else makes it so much easier too. So you got to think about comfort. You can be carrying 100 pounds worth of gear. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to last. Okay? Hey. And so, dude, I'm telling you, I'll be running. Just imagine, like, running down a canyon, dude, and just got to catch your foot on a log, and you're stuck, bro. That's the only caveat of having a situation like this, is there's no quick releases. I might want to think about doing something like that, because that would suck. You're just running and getting it, and you want to get away, and you're sitting there. That probably is not a good idea, to really, when I think about it. Maybe some quick releases would be good to incorporate in this. Maybe that'll be an update, but I just want to show y'all, if you got a Alice pack, medium pack, or a large, whatever. Because as you can tell too, this pack frame, the pack is riding higher than it usually would be with an Alice frame, and I'm able to incorporate my sleeping system a lot easier, and all that weight is put on my hips a little bit, it's more forgiving than the original Alice pack frame. Just more to work with, especially if you're a lot taller. If you've got a long torso and you're skinny, like me, the Alice pack frame and the Alice pack by itself, it's kind of miserable if you got it loaded down. My personal opinion.